Perfect. And I'm only taking this mask off for this interview, and we're staying 6+ feet away from each other. Our role as a teacher is a lot of paperwork, but what you guys probably want to hear is that I want to create a comfortable, safe environment for all my students and when they come in here, and to get them in their education career as far along in reading and writing as possible, to give them options after high school. The big three are college, trade school, and straight into the workforce. Whether they want to go to college or straight into the workforce, I want to give them the option to have all three of those in school. Role as a coach is to win. No, it's not my number one role, but that's what we strive for. Number one role is to create responsible young men and allow what sports teaches them, teamwork, responsibility, leadership, and make sure it translates into the real world and into the classroom, and to coach with Coach Compy and take care of JVY. JVY is going to steamroll everybody they play, including every varsity team they play for sure. I will have some good players on them once I get done with them, and Coach Compy gets done with them, they'll be a lot better. Everyday responsibilities as a teacher. So when I show up, make sure my classroom's clean, make sure I'm ready to go, have at least a week in my mind planned out. Hopefully I have a lot more than that. And to make sure all my kids are learning and feel safe in my room. Really, my only responsibilities as a coach is to coach JVY with Coach Compy, and show up to practice, take care of them, and show up to games and make sure they're equipped to have great sportsmanship and win the game. That's on them. That depends how well they do in the classroom and grades and how respectful they are. Specifically, I probably slowed down curriculum a little bit more in my classroom. I usually like a very fast-paced curriculum when they come in. It's more of checking in with them. I make sure I hit everybody at least a week just to make sure their mental aspect's there, and then me as a teacher, I'm a very theatrical teacher, and I like to move around. I like to use boards at the front, back, TV. I'm supposed to stay by my desk. I do that as much as possible, and I have to use a lot more PowerPoints, which isn't the most fun for the kids. But other than that, we're getting by it, and it's the world we live in. The way I coach. I usually don't yell at my players, but my players have told me, you don't yell, but you are loud. But I have to be even louder now with the mask on and keeping them social distancing when I pull them in to talk to them. And again, keeping track of them, seeing if they have temperature or any illnesses. I have to check in with them a little bit more than often. But other than that, coaching doesn't change too much. Energy. My big thing as a teacher, I think one of my strengths to all teachers is energy. When you enter my room, you should expect smile, a lot of energy. Even if you are not very happy, I'm going to bring it just the same. I don't want any kid to ever come in and myself being like, oh, we're going to learn English today, and very monotonous. And I want them all to know that I'm happy to see them and ready to go and have them learn, and I care about them. Something people might not know about me. Tell you what, probably a year or 2 years ago, I was always scared to tell people this, or maybe not scared, embarrassed, but I didn't speak until I was 6 years old, and then I had braces on my knees. They were knobbed, and that was just something I had to deal with when I was little. I don't know if I narrow it down to one. I know one last year. I had a student that would come in early, and I'd work with her, and she worked very hard, and she grew as a student and in her education career immensely, but she never thought she could go to college. And she came in the morning, and a lot of times I didn't want to stop what I was doing and help her, but I did. And then the next year, she brought me an acceptance letter, and she was going to college, and it made me reevaluate myself and knowing if I spend 20 minutes a day with someone, it could change her life whole, and it changed her life and made me as happy can be. Most memorable moment as a coach. Man, probably just memories. Working with Coach Compy, we had very different views on soccer when we first started, but we're both so open-minded and talk about it. We have different strategies, different tactics, but we kind of combine them for the better of this team. And I might say the first boys team Coach Compy and I ever coached, we went undefeated, and that was a great feeling for us.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Gross.
Thank you, Mitchell. Hopefully I wasn't too boring for you.